يا الله يسمع منكم يا عبد الرحمن والشات اللي يشجعوا معي DRX. بسم الله بسم الله بسم الله. الماب الأول من اختيار ليكويد. الماب الأول من اختيار ليكويد. ليكويد بندوا هيفن لأنهم أكلوا هواء. DRX بند سانست. الله يعطيك العافية يا اي روجر، شكرا لك على الفايف جفتد، الله يبيض وجهك. لا أنت أشجعهم لك تشجع صراحة، ما عندي تفضيل. ليكويد كويسين فيه، بس DRX أكل هوا ضد نرجي فيه، بس قدم مستوى كويس. إن شاء الله إنه يقدم مستوى. ما بأبيس، المشكلة إنه ما DRX، بس ليكويد كويس فيه. شفنا ليكويد إيش سوى ضد من هو التيم يا عيال؟ EDG مختارين أبيس وليكويد فازوا عليهم. بليز ستوب سين كودريد، اتس كورود. طيب يا أخي أوكي كوريد، ما بكوريد ولا ما بكودريد اللي هو. فالماب بول ما يطمن، والله الماب بول ما يطمن. الديسايدر باند شيء كويس. ليش ما يطمن؟ أنا ما يطمني أبيس. يعني أتمنى حنا نفوز كDRX في مابهم، ما هي صعبة علينا، لأن أنا أشوف DRX أفضل في ماب كوريد من ماب أبيس. ما أدري ليش ماب أبيس ما شفتهم يقدمون مستوى كويس، لأن ناتس اللعين يلعب سايفر هناك ويتسلطن في الليرك، يتسلطن حرفيا. أرجوكم يا عيال، أرجوكم تخفون علينا في الأسئلة، لا تطلعونا برا جو الجيم. تمام، هذا واحد. اثنين، أبغى أركز في الجيم هذا، مهم جدا بالنسبة لي، سواء فاز تيم ليكويد ولا فاز تيم DRX. الزقاقة لا نكثر منها، ورانا جيم ثاني اليوم. اوكي، النفسية لها دور، فكروا فيني اخوكم تراني. يلا بسم الله. يبغى باقي دقيقتين ما يكفي، خلاص صوت. اذا ما راح يطول التصويت الى بعد الراوند الثاني صوت الحين، الحق باقي دقيقتين وقفل. طيب التشكيلة. DRX يلعبون دبل دولست كالعادة، يمن ويلي يورو. حلوة، ماكو ما يحتاج كينج اومن فيد. لا تشكيلتنا حلوة بالضبط، كوبي بيست. اللهم انهم اختلافهم في النيون، احنا عندنا يورو. لا يستهبل ناتس. لا لا مستحيل ناتس يروح ويلي. بيروح فايبر، ذكرها بيروح فايبر، بيقلب فايبر.
I mean, the closest thing that we have
لا 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 لا
when him playing something that isn't a sentinel or maybe the one fade one time is the chamber. His chamber.
وبيغير شيء فايبر الأقرب. ممكن لا سجلها في ما أدري. اسمعهم نيون.
Champions playoff chance on a Nats.
What?
Oh my god. Okay, that was not in my bingo card. This is insanity. Okay. I need to know why. So they're playing. He's probably talking about.
لا في غلط. دقيقة.
This essentially becomes somewhat of a mirror now. Both
ناتس يلعب ويلي.
Strength in their hard execs. Nats is going to be acting like a drone, double dashing in, using his hinder to then set camo up on this neon to enter.
اوكي لو بنحلل البك التشكيلة ما هي غلط، بس اللاعب ناتس اللي متميز بالسايفر بالسنتينل بالفايبر. اوكي هم اللي داهمونا بويلي. طيب اوكي هو بيلعب ويلي كانيشيتر، عارفين ذا الشيء حنا، بس هو ما يلعب انيشيتر اصلا. الناس اللي هو الستايل اللي يدخل دبل داش، ياخذ انفو يطلع اوت ويدخل نيون اللي هو المين دولست، نفس فكرة DRX في ستايلهم في ويلي ويورو. بس ليش ناتس اللي مو تريكس؟ طيب يا انه بكيرهم الليله يا انه ما في واحد اثنين. هو مو انه دقيقه يا عيال، خلينا نبين لكم حاجه. ترى رول الدولست ما هو صعب على ناتس خالصه، يعني نتكلم عن برو بلاير، لكن اوكي بدينا.
Our opening map here of Corrode, it is
Team Liquid attack.
Now normally they don't get as good mid control, but actually DRX giving up mid a lot here.
هذا برفع الصوت فل.
You might get a Waylay v Waylay clash if anything. Nats and Hyunmin may meet around A link. Yeah. No real pushback as well for the A split, so Team Liquid are gearing up. No real util being used either. Look at DRX expecting some kind of exec. Could be going for a bit of a rolling retreat, taking the fight straight away though. That's dropped and already seen that pressure coming in from the side to hinder. To try and take the fight. Flashback though is finished off. Patty did an amazing job there, killing Hyunmin actually through the hinder. Down two here, it's Mako and Freeing. Going to be scurrying to the scene of the crime. Deep plan for Team Liquid, full control towards the back of the site. Even main compromised. Kiko's been holed up in that spot and he's going to be taking a fight here. Freeing accounting for multiple angles, and it comes down to this game of timings again once more. Kiko might have just missed it, but he missed each other, but still backs going to be turned towards it. 3 strikes. Makes it into a 2-on-2. Time starts to tick here.
It's a good timing for Mako.
Riyaman there picking up the ghost. That's a beautiful shot there from Trex. Mako now alone onto the site in a 1v2.
He will go half first.
Happens to the fuse already. Gliding to the side. That's Cower to finish him off. Pistol round goes to Team Liquid.
The person we had the most attention on, Nats, disappeared from that fight very early on, didn't he? But this is the shot I'm talking
والله
about.
التريد اللي صار هنا في
getting that one onto Hyunmin makes all the difference.
هذه بتصير تطلع لي كل شوي.
Mako cleaned up, nice double up play from Team Liquid in elbow.
كيف اطفيها؟
Now think about the way that they played that round though. Very slow, very contacty to take the space they needed to run and execute. One of the big reasons that I'm a fan of the double duelist comps, we don't know which are better. Hello, wait a second, this might be the Aspas play. Paranoia.
Maybe going for it.
Saturate over the top.
Someone's contacted him and takes it. It's going to be diffused
okay,
immediately. The play
I thought they were going to run a trap play there off Flashback's contact, but decided not to invest it. Anyway, one of the big reasons that I'm a big fan of the double duelist compositions is because you can run site pops a lot.
Sure.
And most of the comps that you're running on this map, you need mid on attack side or you just lose. But I think the Pacific teams and now Team Liquid are starting to discover that if you put double duelist into your comps, you don't get punished on the flank that much. And you can do a lot of these B execs as they're going for now. Obviously, there's no one home here though.
No resistance here. Will be that open side, open plan. DRX grouping up, doing a bit of economical damage will be key. Maybe even just going down to the spike to ensure that they don't get the ults on.
ليه ساب السايت لأنه فلش المين وما حطها بالفلاش.
Running this double duelist, you have fantastic ults to go into many hits. You get that rolling. DRX are going to know it well. They've been playing this comp for a bit now and really define themselves in terms of their playstyle as well, running this double duelist. Flashback on the Euro, Hyunmin playing the waylay.
Yeah, I think the theory is fantastic from DRX. It's what wanted that opening game. That's trying to build up towards an ultimate.
Just some warm-up shots for him, really.
I'm interested to see how good his tech looks. We know that Nats is
سيء بالأوتلا والله قاعد يلعب صح. أقسم بالله قاعد يلعب صح ناتس.
اوكي
2-0 الحين العلم الراوند الجاي اللي لازم يفوز فيه DRX اللي هو الباي حقه.
Chaotic moments. I mean, sometimes the way that he plays Viper, he creates the chaos and thrives within it.
الصوت عالي يا عيال، صوت المعلقين مزعج، أقصر شوي. أنا حاطة 100. Which player will get first blood this round?
I think of it as like a mosquito composition with Flashback and Hyunmin. You know, constantly harassing each other, both with those escape mechanisms.
Having to swat down either of all players.
Yeah, you have to push Hyunmin away before Flashback jumps into your face.
Well, looks like they're gearing up now. Team Liquid for a full-on exec into the B site. We'll be up to freeing. We'll be up to Mako to see if they can push it back and shove it off. Good call for the cancel. That's going to be sending it in as well. We'll be looking for it. Fast lane up to try and divide this one up, but the wall is going to be okay. Pops up immediately. Great with the blind. Kiko does respond though with that kill straight away, but up towards the top. Through an open target and the sitting duck at that. Mako. Quick dismissal. That horn's broken.
يا سلام عليك هات البستل ماكو الباي يقصد اي بستل.
Locks him out of the sight.
لا نعطيه خلاص كافي مع اوتلو هاف ارمر يرحم امك لا تبيك خلي فلاش باك يبيك.
He's going to have a tough time of things.
Well dealt with there by DRX. I think a lot of what you're going to be looking at on Liquid as well is judging how good and how well practiced these execs look too. Because tight timing, when you contrast that over to DRX, they're disciplined. And the way that they play this version of the double duelist comp, the timings have to be immaculate, right? And their Team Liquid, Nats was third player in, something like that, got stuck behind the wall.
You'd want to see your Waylay going in. Trigger the wall, trigger the util, pull back out.
Yeah, usually
go for a repop. But
usually these Waylay double duelist comps, you're right, the Waylay is a distraction.
30 seconds left.
And you retract out to play your other duelist in. And I think that's what Hyunmin and Flashback do miraculously well. That could just be
هذه قروشتكم اللي تطلع أطفيها اللي يسألني كل راوند سؤال وأشياء.
And of course it would be an experience. It's the first time Nats has ever played duelist in his pro career. He's played so many games.
ما في إلا أنت تقول لا يا عبود.
ما أبغى. You can't have been playing that many scrims with this. I think this might be like pure theory couple of scrims.
Bit of a pocket pick as well, throw it out.
You know what else is interesting? Team Liquid's academy roster runs quite a lot of Waylay Yoru. So I was surprised the first time when Team Liquid got really caught off by DRX's comp. Maybe Nat's talking to the academy team and getting some tips.
Another similar group up here. It's Bane who sees all those signs of life. Wants to get over nice and early, trying to dominate inside that smoke of flashback. Can't get out of it. Overwhelmed by the presence of the duelists. It's Nats who takes his life. Creeping up slowly, surely, up towards that A-Link. Free and could be seeing, yep, a few heads. Just showcase. Nats is also going around the world here. Not
DRX
sure what the premise is of it.
DRX are giving Team Liquid a lot of mid control. It looks very similar to the pistol round, doesn't it? Where they just take A-Link basically for free, contacting up mid. I think that's a big hole in the defense right now for DRX. And again, it's this protocol of 3 players cowering towards the back of the site. It's really uncomfortable to defend A like this.
All broken. DRX is going to be feeling it now. Well, the U-27 flying forwards as well. It goes evenly on either side, hand in hand, to try and stall and stun them out. Nats has found his way into the B side. Ball tripped up free. Really seeing if he can be tested there. And it's Kiko with the trade.
هذا شيء كويس الحين والله ناتس سوى فلانك بويلي.
You would have helped Nats as well. All this distraction, and look at these DRX players. I mean, Bane and Hyunmin all the way in spawn.
Oh my God!
They've missed it potentially. There's that timing. Nats is low enough, but still as a shot to the dome does him in.
Patty Tech is miles away from this play as well.
2v3,
they don't know where Bane is.
Yeah, they're still looking for a bit of clearance, and Bane doesn't really want to overextend, not with the smoke in his face. Time will start to tick. Hyunmin's finished, though, and that leaves it just down to Bane in a 1v3. Unlikely he's going to want to try and play this one. Far too unlikely.
Well, I was talking about that gap up through middle, but the patience played there by Team Liquid as they paused before the A exec allowed Nats. Of course, he's lurking still while playing Waylay, but he lurks into the B site, gets past the Vice util, and calls for his team to come back in that direction. So clearly here, Nats is still going to have some of those rounds, I guess, where he's playing it in his classic style despite being on a completely different role.
Bring that pressure elsewhere on the map.
And I do love the idea of fast starts to these defaults, because you can go into a quick A exec or you can slow down the tempo like they did here. They get into a 5v4 and they just pump the brakes entirely. That makes it very difficult for the DRX to figure out what's going on because they don't.
اوكي هذه حلوه هذه فعاليات حلوه. بس كيف اطفيها؟ كيف اطفيها؟
Of what we've seen of Corrode being played, mid-control, vitally important.
طف أمه!
DRX not really making too many adjustments towards. I mean, there's a deep paranoid. This is going to be a
trap. ما اشتغل يا حموصة مني وقلت لي شغلها.
You see a lot of util flying out forwards, and there it is. That hinder drop down, double dash forwards, but Hyunmin respects it, seeing that there was no connections. Immediately refracts back to the rest of his team.
It's a nice set play, but people are more aware.
ما تضغط يا فويلتس ما تضغط والله اضغط عليه ما تضغط.
Throwing the orb and stuff, but DRX doesn't have to be tucked in that corner. And again, Team Liquid have taken a lot of mid here for free at the start of the round.
Just given up.
Flashback was thinking about opping this round and decided to go for the Vandal instead.
طيب الحين بروحون.
I wonder if that would have been more over towards denying space in mid.
3-1.
Once more this
والماب ما بليكويد. بس أنا أثق إن DRX يقدر يفوز بهذا الماب.
Normally, Hyunmin's been pushed back into the site when Team Liquid pumped the brakes. This time, DRX can still jiggle and get some A-main info. And Mako can see towards A-Link as well. Smoked off now.
Hyunmin going to get his chance really, but again the barrel points out as well. Spoils his position that he's playing in. Mako, great shot spammed out. To Nightfall's going to be scattering, connecting onto multitude of these players. No sound cues now, and that A-hit looks like it's being committed to. Team Liquid want to try and send this one flying forwards. Hyunmin and Mako looking to see if they can hold this one all the way back. Hyunmin really being tested in that spot, but the duelists have already dropped for DRX. Mako still alive here, off to the sides, and that one convergent paths offloaded, but it's a wasted ult. No one is home. It's a reflank occurring, that A-Link space being absorbed up, and Mako is dealt with eventually.
Good TP from Kiko.
Leaves it into the 2v2 here. Nat's still watching for it, but now with the plan again, just anticipating he could be being pushed up. Again, time is of the essence. It's really running short. Nats finds it, but again, that trade evened out. 10 seconds left. Kiko has the spike. 6 seconds remaining. We'll have to hard stick and commit this one to bring it into the extension. And freeing Rappin all the way from the side.
حلو خسروا فيد ألت وويلي ألت. حلو جبنا راوند.
Team Liquid this time not quite able to capitalize on the push.
ولا اتوقع ليكويد بياخذ تايم اوت.
Mako did a great job.
اوكي زي ما قلت لكم شفتوا ستايل ناتس كيف قاعد يرحم امكم يا عيال. الله يطعم الشر.
Right before this kill happened.
اخي والله اني قاعد اضغط على ابن اوكي
That's actually used all of his utility before they got into that side push, and then was the second player in trying to trade out the kills, and then had a very weird refract usage towards the end where he stuck it down in the open. He's at the top of the scoreboard for the team, but
ما تقدر تطفيها. اوكي شادي.
Slightly strange use of the waylay, and this time DRX fighting more over towards mid.
Team mid smoke. Haunt reveals a bit of information here for DRX. Another in through into B main, Steel Garden. So forwards now. Nats is going to be sending it straight up through mid. Hyunmin's been caught out. He was trying to take that timing when all that pressure was being applied over towards B.
حلو الديلي.
Looking like they want to hard commit into this one. Still, Steel Garden's going to be fading. Guns out for Bane. Has an opportunity to really do some damage. Still just the one. Head rolling off of Camo. That trade is impeccable with the discipline.
Kill for kill, nice trade.
He's already deep in the fight though. Flash in his face.
يدرون انه واحد يفوت. يدرون انه في السايد.
تكفى. Readily available. That rifle in hand draws it level 3 to 3.
The reinforcements are coming through very quickly from DRX there. Heaven dominated. Team Liquid with no opportunity to fight for additional space.
والله يسعدك دنيا واخره.
You'd love, as the attacking team in that spot, to try and take some elbow control, get up into Heaven yourself. But Mako is there so fast. And Flashback coming in to reinforce. Not relying on the ults, not trying to play some level of set retake, but they're very, very quickly boxing Team Liquid in on site.
لا يا شيخ ابو محمد ما تقدر. ما تقدر. قل لي ما ادري. يخليني اعرف انه ما تقدر. الحين وين؟
We're expecting this to be a defense-sided map generally, but when you have double duelist versus double duelist, I think tend to throw that kind of preconception out the window.
Team Liquid الان
should
هاف.
be a bit more of an even map.
او ايكو.
And it has been so far.
Agree with that. Our understanding of
حلو خلاهم يستعملون ايرلي. المشكله الايكو حق ليكويد يفتح النفس. ليش يفتح النفس؟ لان ديركس يزقون فيها هذول باي. هذا اللي انا قاعد اتكلم عنه. خذ بيكو طلع فوق واخذ الجن. عرفوا اني هنا في سايت عندهم. الريتيك لازم يكون مدرسة عادي لو يقلت عادي جدا عادي لأن كيكو الزبال حلو الألف.
Utilize, make sure that they can clear this one out. Have their hold onto B. Use the good fruition still. Holding it down, double dash, round in the corner. What a shot by Kiko. Great adjustment.
يفوزون ليكويد. هذا اللي انا اللي ما دانيه الايكو حق ليكويد يضرب في ديركس. والله اني قايل والله العظيم اني قلتها. ما بدي الحيله يلا تكفون.
Thorns lay it down on top of it. Bane just spots the one up towards Heaven. Haunt on.
Not for Heaven.
No one on site. It's going to clear the way for most of this one again. Map is in a bit of a weird spot. Mako not quite there. The C's is going to be connecting. A bit of raw spam as well. Needs to be that defense. In order to stick. Mako defends in time.
The smoke up towards Heaven had just been put there.
سواها. أصبر سواها راوند وين. ايوه دفيزها ايوه. صح ماكو يا اخي. هي نيفر فيك. ما يسوي تاب ماكو يصدق. عشان كذا انا معليش طفى. انا اقول لكم والله انك لاعب فنان اقسم بالله انك الافضل.
A lot of it off the back of Mako. A lot asked of him as a player.
IGLing for the team again now as well.
Exactly as well. Normally that's going to be the.
لو ان الفجر سوى تاب راح يفايت.
He played a great game to open against Team Liquid. Fell off a little bit in the next.
المشكلة الحين في الباي.
Oh hello, that's not supposed to happen.
اوكي. عندنا بين الت. هي من يبغى له 1 اورب ولا 1 كيل ويكون مع الت. بتكون حلوة.
We'll be getting too much usage out of that, but the operator come to fruition with a purchase like that. Flashback has been pretty consistent so far over champs with that gun. Whenever they do pull it out, it's a rarity sometimes, but with the slower.
Okay, flashback into 1 HP. 1 HP.
Flashback immediately reinserting themselves onto the A line.
10 HP.
تكفى.
And there's a lot of wallbang opportunities here. A little bit of spam could take
تكفى
him out,
السبام
but
لا
Flashback
ياكلك.
survives.
It's awkward.
Stays on the line, good info for his team.
We'll have to respect that though. There's Util in his face. Gate Crash pulls back to a bit more safe position. Trex is just trying to bait out a bit of this spot here, but Smoke Bloom's a little bit too late there, and even that would have hindered him down. Hyunmin!
يلوني فيك يا يمن.
لا يا Trex whatsoever. Slipped the net straight past most of that.
بس سبايك عنده.
The forward approach as well. He might have just carved out a bit of a space and position for Team Liquid. Take advantage of 23 seconds. Spike in the middle of nowhere. Calling up here, a lot of damage done straight to the body with those shots. 21 health remaining. 40 seconds left to do it. It's left into the 1v1 here, but no time.
10 seconds left.
بس الكام حاطينها.
Such a big map. It was only 12 seconds there for him to go get the spike. I'm surprised he doesn't go for a little bit of a push onto Hyunmin because he heard exactly where he dashed to. He knew that he dashed over towards B, but
ما في وقت.
I think he would have just been chasing him around the houses on the B site.
Yeah.
ايش تبغى؟ ايش دقيقة. شي مجنون ايش؟ يلا معنا الحين اتوقع تايم اوت. اسلم. مجنون ايش؟ مو ماكو بن اللي ستك. انت عشان شفت الكام تحتي صار صورة بن وتحسب بن اللي مستك؟ من اللي كسر الفلاش ولقم فلاش سوى ريفيل وجاء من السي تي من فلانك؟ مو بفيد اللي جاء فلانك ورمى ريفيل؟ هو اللي طب سوى ديفيوز؟ طيب اوكي احسبه ماكو. انا الحماس اخذني يا اجل. فيد ديفيوز اوكي. الحين كل هذا عشان مسوي مجنون؟ يعني تتوقع اني مسوي مجنون؟ طيب هم قال ايه؟ قال مسوي مجنون. ما عنده في قاموسه مصطلح ما انتبه ما درى استعجل. لا مسوي مجنون. يا ابن الحلال تونا في الهاف الاول ما خلص. اليوم تو بادي. النفسيه ضروري تكون حلوه.
How far they wanted to push things away from the previous series.
كفو بن يلوموني فيك.
And yet we still have Abyss and Bind to close. The two maps that DRX won the last time.
طيب ايش معهم التيات الحين؟ معهم يمن.
They saved that operator, get a Vandal and a Guardian out, but
bought a few guns around it, right?
So much of this is on Nats and whether or not you can get an opening pick.
If he just spots one of these players as well, Freeing is peeking out Prowler.
It's hard to avoid info peeking here on B. At some point, Freeing is going to go for it. It might just be in 30 seconds.
And the angle's good for Nats.
All right now.
Claims his life. That's going to be the Utah falling down, crumbling around them, and now the pressure immediately onto Bane. Can he try and deliver? Can he try and push this one back? But that hinder into the back. Yeah, he couldn't really do much about that spot here. Flashback looking to see if he can hold on to control of this area, but we'll respect it. Gate crash out to a bit more safety. But this is looking like a save already for DRX. They're backing themselves out slowly.
ما يقدرون يلعبون خلاص سيف يب.
That's twice now that we've seen Freeing go down early. Clearly an area that Team Liquid realized that they can abuse coming out of the tag timeout. They knew exactly what they wanted to go for there, didn't they? Picked off the B anchor instantly and they're in.
والله طبعا يا عبد الرحمن هذه قوة فايز.
Steel Garden to close that out. I mean, it's quite an easy round, I guess. After DRX have just won 4 in a row and looked by far the better team to begin.
اوكي هو ما خسر شيء اصلا لانه معه.
No, we were talking about the money situation. They had an offer
كان في
to
التايمات ابغى اروح دورة المياه بس اخذتني السالفة حقت ماكو بن اللي فتح هذاك كان مسوي مجنون. يا ليل.
Not really a concrete buy. Still around with. Gets the job done.
And I think one of the theory points here on Nats' op is that when you're not running the double smokes, Mako can't keep everything smoked around the map. You want to keep bottom mid smoked, you want to keep A main smoked, you want to keep B main smoked. One Omen can't do all of that.
only have so much.
Yeah, so there are actually going to be a lot of avenues on the attack side, over towards B main in particular,
يلعب هاف باي.
they're waiting for some contact before Mako goes for that.
هاف باي.
And that's going to offer an opportunity for Nats to
بس
get an
معهم
opening
هيم
pick.
من ألت.
Now this time, Nats is working his way over towards B, and it looks like another trap play. Pressure on Tex.
طبعا التكس عنده ألت. ما اتوقع بيستعمل هذا الراوند لانه معهم 3 رايفل يدرون انهم هاف باي بس يمكن يستعمله عشان يضمنون الراوند.
But he leaves the danger zone. And at some point here, DRX have got to dismantle the trap play because you can't commit 3 players to be the entire round.
Fully relying on your team to just
حلو سيت اب فايس راح اي يلعبوا 3 بي. اوكي عرف انه في فيد فلي من البنت عادي. نيون يحاول ياخذ بك في الميد. البك اللي بين نيون ويمن هو اللي بيحدد مجريات الراوند ذا اذا فايت ومد. بس تكفي ياخذ بيلت. احتمال يلت عليه كامل.
And we've seen him take those fights with Saturate, but
right now,
is this a real exec?
I'll be going into these players as well. They only have the classics really to their name. Hinder slightly and slowly gliding down, freeing. It wasn't really favoured in a fight like that. Still Garden as well. We've fully taken away any other remaining guns. Team Liquid put themselves a bit of a spot onto the side to get the clan down now.
الراوند يبغونه بالدم.
DRX again left just
هاف باي وقلت فيد
They do want to make a go for it though.
وفايس.
3v5 here. DRX previously went for the save. This time looking like they want to commit, maybe looking for a pick.
They've got the money to do so.
Smoke off into elbow. That's kind of ready there. Converging pass is ready to try and save them. What's an entry jumping though. Still shut down. Kiko into the corner was not cleared out. He's that danger player still. So sharp for Mako, but not sharp enough to try and dissuade the rest of Team Liquid. They brought it 5-5.
What a saviour Kiko is in that corner playing anti-flash, because the entry, the idea, the theory from DRX, remarkably solid in that moment. Coming back in with the double dash and the flash, completely caught these players. In fact, Kiko not even anti-flash, just tucked in the corner, unable to be punished and not really noticed by Hyunmin.
ما بتيم ليكويد.
Didn't he?
تايم اوت. ما اتوقع تايم اوت، ما اتوقع لكن.
Okay, now both teams have an op.
Okay.
You heard Nat's comment at the end there. They wanted the op, but they've given it to Patitek, and they're doing something fast.
Convergent player through mid. Gonna go for a bit of a split potentially. Slower through A main as well, but it does give them that A-link control. DRX have been happy to, this entire map so far, just give up all mid control. Playing deep tucked onto the side, trying to anchor it down, but that double dash forwards, backwards, and that's just looking for the information. That's a, okay, saturate, drop down. Was that zone saturate?
Oh, Nat's got caught. I think it was Hyunmin's, but I'm not 100% sure to be honest with you. And now they're going back into a slow contact A hit, knowing that the defenders will have started to spread out again.
It's on Hyunmin. Towards it, already to rumble of the footsteps, stun, ricocheting, dash back in the way to Bane, kind of just baited and left out into the open, convergent pass to the zone, dropped out, Hyunmin lights out with a shot like that, rips the head clean off, back to the shot, missed, hold on, that's going a bit wide and wacky, the kills are definitely going away Liquid.
بس كيف بيسوي هذا الحين فرينك؟
Just freeing, left alone now, 1v3 for him.
تايم اوت شكلها، ولا ما اتوقع ياخذ تايم اوت، صح بيخليها تمشي 6-6 ولا 7-5. ما ماخذ تايم اوت على راوند واحد.
Tough spot for freeing. Team's not going to be able to buy in the next round, but you
فرينك
might
لو
feel like
يقدر
you need this one.
هو مضطر يبغى ألت على الأقل شيء يستفيد
They're
منه.
low, but your chances of winning the next round are going to be low with light buys as well.
He needs an opening pick here. Kiko crouched up on a pixel angle now. He just wants to save the rifle. Conservative here.
If he'd been given some level of a freebie, possibly he would have gone for it. But Team Liquid are really running this in an unusual way, and I think it's throwing DRX off. When I've watched a lot of the Pacific teams play this double duelist style, they are a little more straight up about it.
Yeah.
They're getting into position and they're running site execs. When Team Liquid are doing it, they're running the Waylay ult at the start of the round just to take space on A, and then they pause for 30 seconds, something like that.
Yeah.
Maybe even longer for the defenders to spread back out, and then they re-exec into A.
You can tell us, I mean, it's twisting DRX's brains.
Yes.
ديركس لازم يسوي شيء، بس المشكلة ديركس الحين لو قام يجيب حل لا يروح ينجز السلام عليكم مصيبة معهم.
Cleaner because then he couldn't have been traded. Had to swing out super deep and ended up getting caught by Trex. And then they were still in a 2v3, but he was doing a great job of getting in behind his players and shutting down anyone on DRX taking a peek. Now the DRX economy is broken, but the ult's at least have gone for Liquid.
I'm going to see them sending 5 players group.
والله سواها.
Team Liquid looks like a very much all in.
والله اني قريت اللعب طيب.
Look towards the B.
بس انا زي ما قلت بيروحون بي. وش الحل؟
And that's forwards. Sees connects on the
خليت تمد بس الحين.
Just really finding it difficult to get much done into this spot. So that double dash is there.
هذا
He
كل.
lined it up. Bane finds his
واحد
mark.
سايد سايد
Before the Bane don't realize that Kiko's already in.
Nice
That double
trade.
TP still. The team
أهدى
ready.
أهدى
Rifles well.
أهدى.
Trained to the choke point. Flashback.
حلو 6-6.
Firing off.
6-6 ولزق فيها لأن ترى واحد من عندنا مقشر للدفع.
DRX, all the defensive protocols are ready. So the fact that Nats has called these little pump fakes in previous rounds appears to be absolutely vital to getting them to a 6-6 half.
تفهم
I say 6-6 because the chances of Patitek winning a 1v4 in this spot are
ماكو سبق له.
possibly slim.
خلاص ماكو عطى الكول.
Incredible back and forth beginning on this map.
Yeah.
A bit of an unknown for both teams, middling in the map pool.
شافه.
Nats on Waylay. A ridiculous way to begin a rematch between two teams, especially when they're both excellent at the next one coming up on Abyss.
Mako explanation, but that's a first kill given up. Hyunmin, no trade in sight. There's 27 seconds left to play with. Mako deep onto the side alongside Bane. Bane is low.
But this would be
a
world-class clutch.
It really would have to be. With Flashback getting all the information as well now. That dimensional drift going to be put on his heels alongside the Prowl.
لا يسويها بين لو.
Inside the dimensional drift, there's no way you can try and make a play towards this one here. DRX, Bane with the defuse, sticking this one. Flashback has it covered.
اوكي اعلان 3 دقائق. الهاف الاول خلص بروح دورة 100 بجي.
Panic also almost made a miracle a reality. And so far, it's interesting.
Yeah. If there's ever a time to pull it out,
it's certainly not terrible.
طيب تيم ليكويد
We get to see how they perform on the defense.
في الديفنس ملاعبين فايس وامن في البي. فيد ميد اثنين يلعبون جهة الاي بوت دولس. روتيت فاست.
But now gearing up and grouping up for this B hit.
They actually had double sheriffs posted on
الأوفرثينك
aggressive
حقك هيجل
lineup towards A, so they should be fairly ready for this B hit.
Here it is, backing in double.
Okay.
Oh, what a shot! Magnetic to the dome of Kiko, and that revealing to the back tricks. His position
يا
noted.
سلام.
Maka with the quickest cleanup.
يمن في ويلي مدرسة.
Fully concerned over towards heaven. You can see the ping from Bane.
يا رب تكمل يا رب تكمل. انا يزق في كبد دي ار اكس يفلح بستل وجو بعدين يلقم كمباك بألعن امه.
Huge difference between how good and how coordinated DRX look on that B exec.
خلاص اثنين ماسكين اللينك.
Back from on high as well. This team's going to be able to play off this contact here from
يا
this
شباب
position.
بسنة نبيك نساعده.
Popping up on top
يعني
of the
ما حد
boxes.
حكاها.
Nats just claimed the one life. A lot of damage done though. And Paddy and Nats
كلهم.
low enough here that
كلهم سوى ترى ما يحتاج ان احنا
gust of wind
نألف.
is going to be bringing them down at this point. Discipline from DRX should reign supreme. And okay,
شرف
give him
ناتس
that
شرف
one.
ترى.
Nats learning up a bit more. Has to really push back against all that util and peak on top of it. So DRX gets that pistol. Round 13.
That's exactly how the coaches have drawn it up. Double dash in. No value from the flash there. In fact, if anything, it was actually Trex that was pushed off the line. Both Vice flashes. The attackers actually finding more value. Really solid stuff from DRX. Showing how it's supposed to be done with comps like this. And now pistols even on both sides. First for Liquid, second for DRX.
يبشون الاي بالكومبو حق ويلي صح؟
Seeing an attempt at a play. Seen this one before, but Nats is getting caught on the wall. Couldn't get over it here. It's very much all in though. The rest of the team Liquid willing to take that space here, and they're going to be hearing the rumble of the footsteps. DRX calling for this one. Absorb the aggression. Don't give away any guns.
Flashback's a little committed, a little stuck.
Maka still gets the 2. And Flashback is, as you mentioned, hard committed here. Marshall in hand though, surely. What is that with a class 6?
لا لو مات خسارة.
Unfortunately though, the last one left.
خلاص flank last one.
Damage picks up the gun. Guardian in hand.
The damage is actually the name of the game here, right?
I mean, Free and Flashback and Bane don't have guns that they want to take into the next, really.
Yeah. So
they'd like to retrieve some of these weapons that have been dropped down, but they are miles away in Abyss. You get a bit of a marathon sprint on if you want to claim them.
Flashback might be able to get it.
I don't know. It's
غير متوقع ناتس دولست. والله فاجأنا كلنا والله. فاجأنا كلنا.
fully in that round. But that's it. Everything else is not really that useful for a bonus.
Don't claim any of the guns either.
So pretty decent damage being done there. That's going to make DRX's bonus have a lot less sting to it. Having said that, the two rifles have been given over
لا مو
to the
بسالفة
two
كذا
duelist
المارشل يا
players.
اخي النوسكوب فيه من قريب قوي خاصة في تضمن بدي دمج 101.
We know that they've been good for it.
They both have full armor as well, so Nats Outlaw is not going to hurt the duelist players.
That's taken a very deep peek.
ماكو بتسوي جنبيك ما انصح.
So he's just going to remain on that angle.
It's not bad because he can use his dash in order to disengage. But he decides to give it up.
Concedes it a bit more.
Very patient, but also maybe a bit cautious from DRX. Worried that Team Liquid are going to run something aggressive against them because the previous round was so all in.
حلو غلط في ريفيل كويس.
No, that's not useful.
كويس.
But Nats just takes the angle anyway.
A lot to watch though.
They have no space.
Yeah, looking on either side here. DRX finally starting to get some
اوكي ديريك سوى شوية تبرشر في اليمين الحين بيضطرون يمسكون اليمين.
Real slow going. Onto the flash. Players a maneuver and swapping sides all over the place here.
You do have to do something here, DRX, before the time gets to 30 seconds.
40 seconds. That's a lot of damage down onto Flashback. Couldn't quite claim that kill onto that.
Okay, they're starting to take their space now on A.
Player, 34 seconds left. They could get pushed back even more. Seeing it dash forward now from Yeomi. The hinder for a hinder. Towards the back there. A couple of straight shots on top of it. But the stalwart defense occurring onto the side. Thorns at your feet. A lot of damage being done here, but still DRX are claiming the kills. That's included. Carrying in a corner here. Maybe able to carve out a bit of a space for his team to get back in, but a plant down for DRX. Time element being pushed down to the final moment. Good micro adjustments from Bane as well.
مرة جامدة.
Snap straight back to the cranium.
تكفى تدرون مع اوتلو بليز.
Done. Finished. Nats, though, still remaining here. There's Thorn in their sides. Control over Albo. No more contesting happening from DRX. Freeing, though. We'll be able to see this one.
Hello.
First at the body. Drops.
بحسب
Nats
الفاندل.
finish.
حزن البونس. حلوة. اوتلو خذ الاوتلو يا ماكو.
You get to the actual portion of the site exec. I think you see the difference between the comfortability of these two teams, or the comfort rather of the two teams playing these comps. It's the duelists again. It's the way that Hyunmin and Flashback.
أنا مشكلتي قاعد أفكر قدام. خلي الجيم ذا يعدي على خير وبنشوف.
Okay, there's a hinder thrown out, which is nice to stop Hyunmin from getting too deep. But then all of the flashes come through. A flash for Hyunmin. The clone comes out as well. The player on site is so
فاندل في فاندل. ما أذكر ذبحوا الأودن وخذوا الأودن.
But it's this play here. Look at that. Flash through around the corner just sets up nicely for Hyunmin.
أوكي يمكن اللي مع الفايز.
Right behind. That deadly duo ping-ponging back and forth.
Hey, nice blind, man.
It's so difficult for Team Liquid to deal with.
تايم اوت منهم.
And their economy dies here as DRX wins the bonus. DRX looks so clean.
Another trap play called for here by Team Liquid. That's a stun. Lay it down and that just sits on it like an egg.
حلو.
I mean, the difference
حلو المد. خذ المد. حلوة.
Night and day, yeah. Flashback is deep up mid though. Could be risking handing over a gun, especially with Kiko clearing that one up, but
بياخذون الفاندل اللي في
maybe a
التوب.
chance for it to be reclaimed. That's the goal right now for Team Liquid.
ياخذون الفاندل.
Upgrade the armaments.
ودي والله فرنقي يقدم في البي.
Which could still get funky.
حلو.
What a shot though.
يا بطل.
Deleted. And the two players with guns on the opposite side of the map.
DRX looking honed today.
They really are.
Turning up to play. Haven't really been mentioning the stakes too much because honestly we've been infatuated I think
اليوم
with
الشات هادين.
Team Liquid's comp, but
طبيعي لأن ديركس فايز.
one of the last chances to advance into play.
خليه يخسر شوف الشات كيف يولع.
of your year.
And for Team Liquid, the #1 seed coming out of VMEA, the team that just lifted the trophy in that region, they expect to be able to make playoffs.
The whole year has just been relatively disappointing for them.
Yeah, they haven't managed
international events.
Haven't managed to make playoffs in any of the events this year.
Yeah.
Trex, don't write him off. And Kiko.
There you go. Hold on. Damage being done and kills found and claimed. There's time. He's running fully away from the Mako. To the spray and pray here, but a spike shot down. That's a thrifty win, mate. We're talking storylines. Team Liquid are waiting in the dark.
Well, it's exactly what we were talking about. There's a Bucky anchor in the site. And if you just get smoked off like that, it's gonna feast. This killing mid that Kiko got, I don't think should ever be happening. You know, free and lands at 140, and then re-peeks back in, and Kiko's aim is so sharp and precise.
Always works.
لا الله لا يقوله.
But if DRX had hit the A site and managed to deal with Trex
شفت يا واي كي تويتش؟
anywhere in the last 30
هذا راوند
seconds,
بس.
they would have been in a great spot.
علمني في شاتي يحبون الزقاقة والله العظيم.
He's grouped up for it. Prowler forwards. Looking to try and take the fight. Yeah, it's delayed.
حلوة.
Flashback is found as
حلوة. حلوة قلت عطنا انفو. شوف اثنين.
Two players potentially spotted out here. Flashback. To get his acknowledgement on twin double dash forwards into that one.
يسعد لي انت يا اخي كينج.
Denied. Alongside Bane.
ما يدخل السايت الا منزل كل ما شاء الله تبارك الله. شوف الشات كيف هذه الحين.
Details missing again from Team Liquid. They didn't have anybody holding contact over towards B main, and Kiko actually tried to throw a smoke somewhere else on the map before he threw the paranoia. So there's a timing window there for Flashback to tuck into the bricks angle. He wouldn't have had that timing if someone had been holding contact, and he wouldn't have had the timing if they'd paranoid off rip. But because they did both, because they made two small errors there with their setup,
10-7 العلم
allows
قدام.
DRX to get the punish.
أنا اللي متخوف منه يا عيال.
It's all just about experience.
إن شاء الله إنها تعدي على خير وياخذ DRX مال تيم ليكويد هذا. حلو كود. الخوف من أبيس. لأن أصلا السيناريو اللي كان بينهم الأول فزنا في هيفن اللي هو مابنى طبيعي. بس تيم ليكويد الجيم ما خلص هذا ما ندري الحين ايش العلم. بس أبيس مختارين ديركس وانا ماني متفائل فيهم في الفيديو. ليش؟ اول شيء لان تيم ليكويد كويس ذاك الماب مع انه ما يختارونه بس كويسين فيه. يبدون اتاك وبيكون اللعب سلو وناتس بيفجر الدنيا في المد. والله متخوف من أبيس بشكل مو طبيعي ومخوفي تكون نتيجة تاريخية. عشان كذا انا اقول يلا يا رب، لان احنا كويسين في ذا الماب اللي مختارين لكود. استغرب بعض الايام ياخذون مابات.
This B exec has been an enormous problem for Team Liquid. You know exactly where Hyunmin's been pathing to. Into the heart.
هذا نسيت اسمه والله، يعرفون الشات، اعطوهم اسم الباندل ذا فنان.
Specific anti, to be honest. But obviously Hyunmin's been amazing at dodging danger and recognizing danger too. This looks like an ult.
Yeah, conversion pass is going to be unleashed here. Actually the 9-4, overloaded and overlapped on top of each other. That's a Venn diagram of depth that you do not want any part of. Kiko's out of there.
شافه.
Didn't want to play a part towards it. Mako with a DTP. He's flashed up, lined it up. Still hard to get onto it though, and he has that space confirmed for the rest of his team. Bodies though flooding in. Team Liquid trying to get going. But you can't do anything against flashback. 3 removed, and the last is known. Paddy is going to be not long for this world.
ترى وين اتش بي ها؟
23 health.
وين اتش بي؟ ما في داعي نزق فيها.
Multiple positions. He's going to have to clear. عيني.
The B exec is so nice. Hyunmin even goes into a different position this time, dashes a little closer towards the right side. And yet, if you don't punish
اسحب على بي ار اكس إذا تبغى تنضغط اسحب على بي ار اكس عشان إذا تبغى تنضغط وتتكربن وتنغث تعال شجع دي ار اكس. إذا تبغى تلعب على المضمون بي ار اكس. بي ار اكس قوي في مراحل. توب 3 من التوب 3 في فالورانت. إذا ما كان التوب 1.
Team that loses often is going to come back with a lot of improvements, so we'll see if Team Liquid.
DRX يمكن أصنفه أنا على مستوى الإي سبورت من الثامن لل12 بكل أمانة بكل شفافية وصراحة. صح إني أشجع بس كلمة حق يعني. يلا يا رب إنها تفلح معك المرة هذه. حلوة. خذ السايت. خذ السايت. حلوة البلانت الهبن وكل شيء. يا سلام عليك يا ماكو. يا سلام عليك يا ماكو. يا سلام.
Mako's just TP'd onto just the slightest of perches. Kiko off to the corner, but how do you contend with this? How do you contend with this?
Clean.
It's overwhelming. Flashback and Hyunmin, this dynamic duo takes sights by storm.
And they're so good at going immediately and taking elbow control, aren't they? That the deeper smoke for Mako, so that when he TPs up into heaven, he knows that nobody's going to be able to punish him. It's not like he's TPing into a smoke that somebody could be hiding inside of.
اليوم كامل يعني فاز على ليكويد وتأهل.
On the edge of the hinder too, so not even punished.
إذا فاز DRX وتأهل للجروب ستيج أبى أضيف بندل زيادة في الجيف أواي حق الشامبيون من الفرحة. بدل يكون 2 بخليه 3.
Picture perfect ideas with this composition. Liquid are out of their depth.
يلا يا رب.
Around is all DRX need now.
سبحان الله. Let's go DRX ذا الحين. خشمك هناك.
To set them up. Paddy does land a shot. Flashback's taken out early. Could be big for them.
Yeah, that's very helpful. Trex is with his positioning over towards B. He has an ultimate to be able to shut down a B exec.
يلا يا رب. أبغاهم يتأهلون. شوف طموحي وين. شوف طموحي أنا اللي طموحي اللي يشجعون ديركس. أبغى أتأهل جروب ستيج. تخيلوا نجيب الشامبيون. واو. لا بالغ. خلنا نتأهل بس الجروب ستيج وبيض الله وجيههم.
Drifting back away.
A players getting pushed back, but DRX calling for a B split. Nice idea from Mako, down a player.
Moves now.
يمن لا تكون بجيح. اوكي البجاحة ما هي حلوة.
Elbow control is going to be vital to hold on to.
البلاي جامد عشان اللي في الالبو ما ياخذ راحته وما يقدر يبيك مع الوال لما يرتفع ومع سموك الهبن عشان كذا سبلته. عرفوا لعبك ماكو انا دريت. أعلمكم.
Elbow is going to be anticipated. It's a steel guard that's been primed, held, ready, waiting.
5v3
not actually being used.
لا ليتكم خليه شوية لو بيقلت الفايس.
Everything to get this round over the line.
معنا.
Being pushed to the absolute limits, even with the player advantage here. Freeing, looking for a safe spot to try and hide in here. Horn for a horn, going to be dealt with, dropping down out onto the side of Shorties. Could be doing a bit of damage. Forward is the fight to be taken, but Hyunmin cleaned up and now the rifle back. Ready and waiting with too many targets. Overwhelmed here. Vayne will have to be unreal in that spot.
12-8 لا يبدا مشروع الكمباك. دي ار اكس تكفون. انا تعقدت اقسم بالله تعقدت من انرجي. لا يبدا مشروع الكمباك عشان ما زق في الليله. اهداء لو تاخذ تايمات يا كوتش ما عندي مشكله، اضمن الراوند الجاي. تكفى. عرفوا من في الليكويد الحين سبحان الله يشتغل كل شيء. ناتس يجي يسمونها الغريزه الفائقه هذيك حقت دراغون بول جوكو. الحين يقرا ام اللعب. تكفى الله يرحم امك. هدي الليله ونقرا اللعب لان ناتس بيتسلطن. البي سبام بي.
Was close to the judge. Nice touch to the corner here. Dimensional drift forward is going to be the first. Position to enter here for DRX. Just seeing if he can catch sight.
يا سلام.
You see it? Here's it.
عط ماكو انه ما في حد فوق. ماكو يلا الدوده.
The fight to be taken. Yes. Flashback. Not scared.
هذه تطلع
power against it, even knowing that he's up against that judge. And the fight to be taken here. That Nightfall doesn't connect. No clearance.
بس نايس والله يوجيسو.
He's there with a trade, but this is too much to deal with at this point. DRX players ingrained onto the site and whittled down one at a time. Just Camo left to stand against it.
Let's go Via
on the first, but can he land the second? 3 more players to deal with. Overdrive now popped off. Hoping for a freebie, but the discipline of DRX is just far too good.
خلاص يا دودة.
Stray shots as well. Damage being done. Definitely tickling and dropping these DRX players down, but it's all up to Bane, and Bane just finishes it.
فزنا في بابهم. سجل عندك. سلم التصويت طرق.
Team Liquid with a big risk here, going over towards Corona. Matter they're 1 and 2 on now 1 and 3.
فخر.
Yeah, putting Nats on the waylay, but coming up short. DRX's theory just
DRX فاز في ماب.
It's time to see as well if Team Liquid have done some learning from the last time they played off. Abyss is going to be next. Don't go anywhere. You don't want to miss it.
يا عمي يلا بسم الله جاهزين. الماب الثاني بدينا. التشكيله ليكويد يلعبون جت دبل نيشيتر. اوكي اومن سايفر ناتس الله يستر. كوبي بيست. اللهم هناك دبل دولست بدال الدبل نيشيتر وسوفا المين نيشيتر عند DRX. ويلي فلاش باك يورو. الله يستر من ذا الجيم الله يستر. يقول لك نسبة الديفند وين عند DRX 62% ونسبة الاتاك ليكويد 64%. واو. وشوف كم ليكويد فازوا من 85% وين ها. DRX لعبوا 4 مرات فازوا 100%. الله يعزهم ما شاء الله تبارك الله. ما قد خسرنا في أبيس بس ليكويد يخوف. افتح الدولاب والله ما عندي دولاب. بس ايش تبغى انت في خصوصياتي يا زبال؟ مسخ الحين افتح ملف فاتحين حنا بث طقمني. خش مكانك. ركز هنا بس ركز لا تشطح بعيد. قلنا اشطح بس ما هو بهناك. بدينا التصويت بيقفل. اللي ما صوت بيقفل. انا اقول لك الجيم بيكون قريب من بعض. تمام النتيجة بتكون متقاربة. انا اتوقع هذا الشيء.
Came in there actually with some really beautiful ideas. Playing a lot of the Yoru with the breach Teho, but
بسم الله.
They couldn't close it out in big games.
التصويت بيقفل مع بداية الراوند الثاني. DRX defend.
As you say, continue this momentum. While they've got such great ideas.
The kill trip.
Team Liquid lost both pistols on this map last time they played on Abyss.
Yeah.
DRX was so strong.
DRX willing to concede most of the space as well, trying to play out of it, and that's a kill trip specifically. Try and deny against Camo, but it's spotted out. They hear it close to them, denying the opportunity really for DRX to strike and do some real potential damage. Nats has already taken out the life of Flashback. That was up towards the top section, hindered for a moment. Kiko up towards the top. DRX though clean with it. Kills are collected in their name. Already seen the scurry. Reposition.
زي ناتس المشكلة ذا الحين العلم عند راسه تكفون قرنا بالمد. ايوه يريد. ايوه ما يمشي على ماكو. قال يمن كم سمي ذا. وانتبه يعني انتبه.
Deep plan not committed by Camo. Doesn't go for it. In fact, he's going to walk him out of his zone. 30 HP.
يدرون ما سوى بلانت بيقدم.
Doesn't feel safe enough to go for the plant in this spot. Just spotting the barrel, but now backing out.
Losable 3v2.
Losable. Take this one together.
Losable.
They're doing a good job of playing off each other here, DRX, making sure that those individual plays from Team Liquid don't find fertile ground.
Nice smoke.
Camo, 30 HP. Misses the pixel angle. Shot darts flying off here. Start towards the back. That's going to be dealt with in time. But already being approached, the pressure is mounting. The heat turns up. Camo.
1 HP.
3 to try and deal with here. With barely any life to work with.
Secure pistol.
This is DRX now with another pistol round.
بقفل مو
They had
بسلم.
4 players there ready to defend on A as that exec came
أعطاكم محمد تصويت alert.
Yeah, and they've also just got a trip in perfect position based on where the dash was going to go. They have a cam for contact too, so you can do a bit of spamming out through heaven.
اللي ما صوت.
And even with Nats being able to get a kill and pulling the rest of his team out, player disadvantage and they can't put the shot to the middle. So, well, we're looking towards the team that lost the first match and we're thinking, oh well, what adjustments are they going to make? DRX actually, I mean, you see it here with these 2 trips even
5
that are being placed by
3 2
They've already themselves started making adjustments to even more consistently beat Team Liquid.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Too sure if that was intended, but quite the attack they were looking for here. Mako, hearing the footsteps, hearing the rumble, is going to be sending off a few stray shots, firing off. Just barely seeing the sightlines of these players. ADS up with a bulldog. There's a lot to really contest with here from that spot. Obfuscate the entry. DRX trying to get back into it and flashback. Definitely even it out.
بطل كينج المارشل والله في البطولة.
Firing off from all positions. Kiko left alone here. Trex is just on an absolute marathon walk, isn't he?
Yeah, I mean, he's way miles away. He is so far away from being able to help Kiko. Kiko's got to make some kind of distraction, otherwise they'll start thinking about
The longer this goes on, the more they start anticipating where these players could be. Fight to be taken forwards potentially by DRX, looking to gain a bit more ground. And timing missed out here. Trex.
شكوا انه فلانك. خلاص ما عاد يبغى لها 1 2 قد درينا كلنا درينا انك فلانك.
Spike out of nowhere. Cleared up in the end here by flashback.
Big value from the Marshal
so far, man. Yeah, he's been farming.
Yeah. And once you get the op into his hands as well, you're expecting much of the same. The KO knife is the big thing that Team Liquid have to be able to work with. On their attack side, if you can land knives onto people, if you can land a knife onto Freeing and take down his setup, onto flashback to make sure that he can't TP away, then you've got,
guys. Stand by round, okay?
You've got chances. But I think when I was watching Team Liquid play this map before, so much of it came down to actually Nats working through mid.
بيحط له ترب حق
Otherwise,
في
they were
ترب
impressive in their attack side against DRX previously.
It's an aggro play. No bodies to receive it, but he still gets sent out regardless. Nats might be able to hear most of this. Along with Kiko.
Does he clear this very close corner?
This is so unexpected,
isn't it? It's a weird spot.
Yeah, really odd position. Try not to make any noise. He does clear it. Playing it patiently too. Hello. Waiting for his time to take the
ناتس
shot.
ذكي. ليش ما ذبح ناتس؟ عشان التيم يسوي روتيت وتيم DRX يروحون للأي على أساس انه ما في حد بي. فيأخر الكل علشان يجمع تيمه ويسوون اكسكيوت بسرعة على السايد.
At least call for a lot of mid-round rotation. So he's waiting.
Kind of wild that Mako doesn't look even one time towards the mid player though.
أقصد ذكي ناتس ما شاء الله يعني.
Mouse unplugged. He's just staring off into the abyss.
Take pause, please.
See though, despite that DRX are pretty quick to arrive onto this one, looking to see if they can play this retake, but it's going to be tough for them.
Cam's nice in the post, but I don't think it was actually close enough to spike. If they were able to smoke it, I suppose, but actually,
بس هل يقدر DRX
he's dead
يطيح
already,
كم
so
قن؟
what am I talking about?
هنا السؤال.
Just a Marshal in the hands of flashback is going to need some eagle eye aim, I think, to try and find a way past this one, and no one's giving him a fair fight. Flash rebounds and a double face up towards it. Team Liquid trying to take this fight again, and it should just be a battle of the spam. Trip being caught up. The player's going to be dropping Yumin. He's just waited there. Standing man emoji off to the side, but it is a conversion here for Team Liquid. They don't get bonused.
ماكو في دودة. هو البونس او الايكو يكون في لعب غريب شوي، تقدم تفايت مد تقدم اي تقدم بي، هم يدرون ليكويد، فليكويد يلعب انت ايكو، انت يمكن انك تلعب سلو تنتظر ايش بيسوون هم كبستل، ما سووا شيء تبدا مشروعك. خليك محايد صفق. اشجع دي ار اكس. بس كلمة حق يعني انا مدحت البلاي اللي سواه ناتس. العادات دبل كيج كام شغل
Just laying down the opening setup. Cam was broken early though.
اي والله الحمد لله.
Beginning of these rounds for DRX at least. Add some uncertainty into the step of Team Liquid. They don't know whether players are pushed up in mid.
Freeing's got his defensive setup over towards A here.
هو يسوي شيء لكن ماكو
ماسك البيسولو. Making noise in A main. Dodges the knife as well, so it keeps his utility up. And if they go back into B as the spike starts moving towards Mako, one of the things that Mako was doing last time these two teams played on defense was that he was playing over towards the area that Flashback's in right now, and then he was throwing a smoke on top of B and TPing into it as the exec happened.
شافه حلو حلو الصبر هذا معناه حلو.
Gets this kill, the ult.
يا سلام.
Yomin squaring up for it, it's a 140 to the dome. Yomin just does him in.
هذا مشكلة الفرق بين الفانتوم والفاندل. لو انه بيلرك افضل دائما يلعب فاندل بس.
Deep drone delayed. It's hiding the intent pretty well here, but there's only 28 seconds remaining.
The knife's back online, but I don't think Freeing is going to get caught by it.
Be out of range of it. Paddy spotted. Cage there. Updraft dash now up into heaven, trying to lay claim to most of that space. Team Liquid, umming, ahhing, trying to get themselves into this one. Camo deep into the spawn. Ango Freeing. He has to press forwards, press the advantage. No one is being pressed from behind. The commas finally come through. Bane's already found his first kill. Up towards the top. Not able to contest with Kiko and Trex.
2v3.
Now there's a nice round from Team Liquid to get in. Pressure on DRX now in a 2v3.
Looking on flashback. Mako here to see what they can do together. Very cheeky angle. Crouch down.
Mako.
Hard to adjust your aim in time, so Camo finds that one. Mako's left into that 1v3. Just jiggling, see if he can bait out the shot or two. Does claim it, but time's starting to tick away from him. And
save.
Looks like he's not making moves to make the play, so will be the save.
He's been on today. Might even give him a good chance of success in a situation like that. But the time very low. I do like what Team Liquid are going for. I love the positioning from Freeing. I think when you're playing against a KO, you do need to be putting your Cypher set up for someone else to play around. So he lets Bane play on site with the trips and with the cages. I love that idea from DRX. The plan is good. But Team Liquid, they realize that DRX is playing offside, and they get a dash through into heaven.
خلاص ناس تكفى والله متأهل يا أخي خلني أفرح.
And even wraps back around. Look how much pressure Bane and Freeing end up under in the back of the B side there, back of the A side, sorry, because Camo's on the full wraparound. Both of these teams taking a lot of learnings from the first time they played Abyss.
Evolution between the two of them.
أخي المشكلة تيجي القهار ريدكس. تيجي القهار إن ليكويد قاعد يلعب ضد DRX. والله إني أبغى ليكويد يتأهل. عشان نفس. بس.
I love that recon. Does put a lot of pressure on the mid lurk.
See, and that's just missed the timing onto that. Shots fired off. Flashback's not exiting.
He had his hand off the mouse. He was scratching his nose.
We'll commit to it now, though. As that gate crash fades. Mako.
أيوة. وإن عشان كذا ولا قدم مستوى يجمل.
We'll get cleared out. TP. See if you can get the hell out of here. Bit of mischief in mid. That's slowly trying to re-clear, piece together the position of the DRX players as well. But
he knows that somebody's going to be mid here. If he tries to punish Mako, there's going to be somebody else holding it.
Whoa!
Spots signs of life as well from these players straight out. The shot's missing. Mako is really back. The right click.
ماكو خلاص. ريلود طيب ريلود عشاني.
TP to try and get the hell out of dodge. Just calling for the reinforcements to try and help him out for that fight into mid. It's a deep smoke. Anchor position for him. Yomin trying to press forwards again, but again trying to get it done with just the pistols.
A is empty.
Bit of chaos. Neurotheft is going to reveal that as well. Now they're going to A. Like you said, 25 seconds left. There's not a lot of time to make this happen.
Camo has got a sprint.
Deep paranoid
بيوصل على
avenue, so the rotates can't come in thick and fast now. DRX struggling to get that control, but still Mako is delivering just with that classic in hand. Tries to pick up the upgrade, punished for it. Plant will go down. Enough time, and Paddy.
طيحوا سلاحين. اوكي نايس والله نايس ايكو راوند من DRX. يعني طلعوا ريحتهم والله. ماكو اللي سواه في المد هيوج. والله ماكو ما شاء الله تبارك الله يا عيال ايش ممكن يسوي ماكو بالمد ومع كلاسيك. تمركز عنده مجنون والله ينافس ناس في البوزيشن.
Team Liquid, there's a lot of different plays around the map that they have
ناس اصلا قال ان ماكو يسوي ذا اللعب ويلعب ذا اللعب. شوف اللي طحن في المد بين من ومن. بين ماكو وناتس. والله علم والله قتال لا يجي الا اقسم بالله.
Flashback picking up an operator and looking to play over towards B.
That's what the action is.
3-2.
Paddy's deep knife against it, just in case there is that deep push up. One away, the dimensional drift is Flashback. On the angle now, it's a flash and a peak. Good coordination from Team Liquid, but no dice, no kill to be claimed.
It's a nice flash to push the Opera away, like you're saying, because the drone was on the other side of the map. DRX hasn't committed it yet, but he's holding aim A. And now that they've pushed the Opera back, taking this timing where DRX would be looking for a little more B information to move the spike towards A. Timing on Patitek's knife and the position of freeing could be important. Here's Paddy.
Played for, yeah,
There's
the
the knife lineup.
Knife lineup بيطيح وين باك
Very
سايد.
deep from freeing.
Yeah, he should be out of range of this as soon as it lands, and indeed he is. Deep push out for a bit more information over towards B. There's players committed. Camo straight passing up and over most of these trips. The Cam's not going to be spotting the signs of him unless he heard the noise cues. Freeing's running though.
They're doing a B fake and it's working.
Yeah, it's pulling players away. Flashback though, claims a life, and that's tucked up close. Bane is the only one to try and push back this A hit that's about to be coming in as well. He's going to be hearing the footsteps calling. Guys, we made a mistake. It's all on Bane. It's a good trade from Trex. Straight in. Camo deep into their spawn. Double dash from Youngmin. That is elite.
شافه.
That is an unbelievable 3K from Camo.
The Kigo's not done yet. Eating up the scraps. Flashback just trailing off in mid. That is unreal stuff, like you said, Josh.
والله لعبوها صح يستاهلون.
Youngmin trying to play his team in, expecting a trade, but that is pinpoint accuracy here.
Everything about that round is amazing, but the mechanics for that 3K.
راحوا اي سووا فيك برش راحوا اي استعملوا يوتل وسووا فريز بعد ما دخل الجت بعدين سووا اكسكيوت في البي بسموك وسايفر وواحد نسيت منهم والبقيه كملوا لا مو صوبة
That's calling a beautiful fake, playing the macro really nicely.
رجعوا خذوا الله عذبوهم.
Round 4 and round 6. Outplaying freeing setups when he himself is actually playing around Patitek's KO quite nicely.
Yeah. Straight back down to the eco here for DRX.
There's layers to this. It's like parfait.
Team Liquid. Significant learnings that they've had. It's damage through the box. Flashbacks on 10 HP.
And DRX pulling out a pretty similar idea on the eco to what we saw earlier on, where they go for that kind of pressure down mid. They haven't actually got anybody deep tucked towards pillar, but the threat is there. Team Liquid will be worried that someone is in that spot.
A lot of angles as well we can test with here for Flashback. What a shot, though.
He's on.
That is magnetic.
King
Second headshot that he's landed onto Nats.
With that Marshall, now we're going to see similar signs here for that exit that's coming through. Camo has to updraft, though, and dash back to safety as well. Didn't want to fall off the edge of the map. Mako's doing very decent work indeed, but it will eventually be felled. Classics can only do so much in a spot like this, and it leaves it just down to freeing. Slip the net, straight past him here. There's a lot of damage done. Camo. Chance in the world. Salvaged here by Liquid now.
عطنا تايم اوت يا مخرج.
Time out.
It's an interesting smoke from Pico in heaven as well. It doesn't actually block off the defenders. I don't know if you missed it or whether it was supposed to be weirdly placed like this for them to be able to get a
هو ما
pull
بأتاك.
through that little crack
وهم
angle,
يطردوا كم
but
راوند.
looks very odd to me.
أبغاها 6-6 إذا يقدرون. منين 6-6
Rifles back in the hand of
خصم
DRX.
كانت
They took attack time out right before the big rifle round in round 6. They need this one to go their way. Liquid couldn't get anything done on their attack last time two teams clashed on Abyss, and now everything is working perfectly.
الله يقطع الشغلة يا ناتسي أنك نشبة في حلوقهم في المقطع. اللهم لك الحمد.
Time test has failed. Bane will punish him for it. The Hunter's Fury now offloaded deep into the back. To try and punish the players that are just coming in thick and fast, trying to get themselves into the B side. Already flooding all the way back in. This is really quick from DRX. They're trying to make the most of this one. Side of the chaos. Drop to the knees as Paddy's going to be able to give them a bit of information from that high ground angle, but no res in sight. No. DRX call for the pause here. Waiting for the right time to strike now, but that conversion path is offloaded. Kiko is coordinate. Smoke to playing himself, but he's that last one left, and now they know exactly what's up. Hinder on the hinder. Surely will do it with the bullets raining down.
حلو احنا من اللي قلت من عندنا هي من بين قلت بين قلت
something that worked quite nicely for them on Corona as well if you think back to what they were running there.
صح قلت ايه اللي بعدين اخذ بك مد واخذ
slower, they had bodies in position very quickly.
هم قلت من عندهم كيو.
It did. But coming out of the smoke on quite a fast pace. To be honest, I mean, also gifted a bit of an opener there too. Bane very out in the open. Not really the way that you want to be playing it, but somehow gets the better end of Nats anyway.
5-3.
The attack side op doesn't work. Team Liquid do not go for it again. The slower rounds where they've been able to embed camo into deep positions are the ones that have been winning for Liquid. And they hear this Cypher cam being placed, so they know that Freeing has changed his setup. They know that it's over here towards B. They might be anticipating that the op has gone A. It's not the case.
Very deep trip. Like you said, if they're thinking about the overall big
يظن ان الاب راح اي.
Unexpected to be in a different spot. Flashback still.
خفق تكفط.
Trained onto the angle.
اطلق. لا تطلق اطلق. اطلق اذا حسيت انه في هذا.
Sowing a bit of chaos now, confusion into the ranks of DRX.
تكفى. شيك انه هنا.
Clear this guy out, but across their placement, pretty impeccable at that. Kiko still a nuisance. Still, this player is going to be doing all that damage. Flashback though, still getting active over towards it, and attention drawn for just a second is enough for Kiko to go down here. Reveal that Neuro Flashback so damn consistent. Put an operator in his hands.
هذا الضايع في المدرسة بس يعلمون على سلاحين مارشال الاب بس.
DRX backing up here, but again, it's just two players to play this versus the 4 of DRX. You have the Hunter's Fury, but only the one tool to play in the post. It's going to be a difficult ask. Shock darts are going to be the first wave of things. Freeing just full sticking this one. Half not, well, it's half earned at least, but it's a kill claimed. Half again, that's another dart. Needs to be dealt with, and Flashback just covering all the appropriate angles once more. Wide swing! You're facing right into the boomstick. Flashback will punish you anyway.
He looks remarkably good here with the operator.
الطبيعي ان ليكويد ياخذ تايم اوت او نكست راوند لان الجاي ايكو اتوقع.
Kiko's taking fights in spawn, so he can't.
يا الحين نكست تخسر وبنشوف.
And that unleashes Flashback. A 4K in the round, and he's been good in previous ones as well. If you give him a glimpse, he's there. 10 kills, top of the scoreboard for DRX. That is a big problem for Liquid to deal with.
Yeah, almost drawing it level. We know how good DRX can be on our attack side with the execs. Well drilled, always in sync. Team Liquid not done yet though. That's going to be Hunter's Fury committed. Double dash from Yeomi to try and get the hell out of there, and he's way out of range of it. So Trex, a wasted ultimate. Maybe the one tag onto Maka towards the back. It does reveal a bit of position and trying to play them in. An adjustment just at the last second. Yeomi takes away the life of Camo.
Nice flash, better shot.
Straight spam.
لا إله إلا الله.
Trex does get it. That's just purely off instinct, knowing the angles well.
تكفون. أهدى أهدى.
Hard to play around with. That's a lot of damage onto Mako potentially. He's already taken one Hunter's Fury to the chest.
He dodged it. Now Flashback's been keeping info over towards mid, really confident in his opping, so he's just jiggling these angles. Slower you play this round though, the more DRX are going to lose info because their Sova is dead. But how do you entry onto the site without camo and now without Nats?
Your possibilities running dry if your Team Liquid can slowly work the map. More and more of your players being whistled away.
خشمك هناك تدري؟ أبغى عادي تسمح لي.
Be happy to claim it. Might just even it out here. Paranoia is going to be committed. Up onto the one side, but no real bodies placed behind it. There's 25 seconds left.
No knife, so all of this Cypher util will stay up. Freeing should be like a spider in his web here on B.
Trying to make a move over towards it. Smokes blooming, blossoming behind him for darts. Not broken in time there, but the cage is going to be dead regardless. Deep TP up towards the top. That is managed. Freeing. Instinctual. Just his eye locked onto it. His plan is to be defended, but that head peeks over and Yeomi keen to punish. And even keener aim while he's at it. 5 to 5 is where DRX are standing.
All three of those shots beautifully precise there from Yeomi. And as he said, tying things up. 3 rounds in a row where they've been able to deal with what Team Liquid are throwing at them. That shot is really nice. I mean, I like the flash idea, but Camo had to turn his body entirely. Maybe should have tucked in slightly there. But he's been nasty on the entries. They haven't been running these kind of rounds, though, again, where they mess with the expectations a little bit and get Camo into a deep position. Try to pinch the defenders as you go back into an exec. I mean, he could leave Nats as an insert. I don't have a problem with that either, but general concept, try to get somebody behind enemy lines.
I'm not seeing that.
سامحني يا ابو خالد تراني امزح.
Go for here. Deep from Team Liquid up through mid. TP primed. Kiko looking to get onto the high ground nice and early. Flash and a dart. Punishing a potential walk up.
And no flashback here.
دام اسمك هني انتهى.
Pulls attention away here. The knife towards the back there. Bane is in a bit of trouble here and he needs some help, but he's not going to be able to get it. Big map. Reinforcements are late coming. Still ADS stuck. That's a bit overzealous there.
Well, now you've lost the smokes. Kiko's a great aimer, so I don't mind him taking duels like that, but now Liquid are in a bit of a tough spot. And it will allow Flashback to go nuts defending these sites.
الحلو لمصلحة DRX ان السموكر حقهم ميت. وهذا ما هو تريد كويس الليكويد. تريد المصلحة DRX الافضل اللي ما عندهم سموكر. صح انهم ما تصوبه بس دائما السموكر اهم. في تريب. خذ الانفو. يعجبني اللي ما يتردد. 1 2 0 3 رايحين بي معناته الرابع في البيمين. صح ايوه.
Through heaven, this is Freen is being squeezed. A bit of a hammer and an anvil here from Team Liquid. Does get the rewards that they were looking for. Still Hyunmin's there. Fast, trying to make this play.
كيف الريتيك بيسوونها؟ Hyunmin بيقلت.
Losing their insert player in through spawn.
مو بلازم ينتظرون ياخذ
Convergent pass now. Still going to be offloaded to see if they can clear this up.
For what?
Might even get that connection onto Trex. It's up to Camo to see if he can defend this one. High ground dodging that one.
ما استغلته ليه طيب يا خشمك.
Shot onto Hyunmin. Drops down to respect the angles here. It's a 2v3 that DRX have been left in. Waiting for Maka to see if he can do anything here. Just missed this one. Yeah, took to double box. Not expecting that Paddy Tech was going to be there, sitting nicely.
خسروا تولت على الفاضي.
Flashback time ticking away from him.
خسروا تولت على الفاضي.
Play for it. Noise break.
طب ليه حاط الكام على ذاك واللاعب فلاش باك؟
Camo's aim's been really nice. He's saved them in a couple of important spots. He's been the big playmaker, honestly, overall. Hitting that shot to Hyunmin and denying the retake that came through. Admittedly, a little delayed after the Waylay ultimate, but Camo dodged it anyway. He's the key player that is giving Liquid a potential lead at the half here. Have they got another game plan? This play up through mid was quite a nice idea from Team Liquid. Got to imagine that that's what Lohan had called for them. But do they go back to that?
Last round of the half to do something.
Last round.
I mean, they might realise that Freeing's been putting one of the trips up through mid, because obviously Nat's got caught by in the previous round. That means the site that the Cypher's playing on should be a little weaker. But Freeing's been doubling up with Flashback, and Flashback is so nasty with this op.
Still locking it down towards B. Team Liquid taking their time. Ease it into the position of where they want to try and send it. Over towards A, looks like that might be the goal.
السايت اللي فيه ماكو.
No kill trips though. This is DRX playing up close and personal. Flashback. Excuse me, Hyunmin and Mako. Mako eventually dropping off. They hear the presence of the turret. No, drone, I should say.
Yeah, no tag onto Hyunmin there.
Yeah.
Paddy Tech takes the orb. I was thinking, is he going to be
أكيد
playing
إنك
for like a
قريت.
post-plant
ماكو ما قريت.
command here, but
Playing for the other orb?
yeah,
ماكو
is he
بنك
going
شيء.
all the way back for the other orb?
تكفى.
And if so,
أو فيك.
no, just going for a fake play over towards B, but with no bodies behind it. So how quickly did DRX realize that this is not real?
لا.
DRX.
ماكو ما موتت.
It's Mako and Hyunmin. Crossing the lines.
ماكو ما مشت عليه. كيف؟
Paranoid comes out and that's a TP
لا.
to the one-way
What the fuck?
absurdity that might be occurring. Mako has worked them. 3 kills ripped away in the blink of an eye. The IGL what a play to make, but Team Liquid are not done yet.
Could all be on Bane here, Brent.
سموكر فيك يا فالورانت.
You're going to see it now with the plan. Bane wrapping around. Missing a few shots. Guardian not the weapon for the job.
ويلوموني ليش أفضل ماكو من نهجف.
Needs to know what his last 2 players are. They know the presence last spotted in through mid. Kiko's there waiting. Paranoia primed.
يا رب الرب تكفون على اللي سواه ماكو. تكفون.
Got to be to DRX playing into this attack, forcing it out. Cam also spotted as well.
تكفى. راح 7-5.
Kiko still lands the shot.
راح 7-5.
Disgusting work from him.
راحت 7-5.
Possibilities. Sticking to half already. That's onto the corner, just trying to bait these players' way out into the open. Found the first, and he knows where the second is. Time ticking though. Bane's gonna land and he landed! He will! A stick towards it, a half player. And it's DRX bringing it even at the half.
يا أخي إيش يسكك
Great
عبوبة
clutch
إيش
from Bane
هو؟
there towards the end. Taking advantage of all of the damage previously done.
يا
Looked
ولد.
worrying when Flashback wasn't able to catch the kill
يا
on the Kiko.
ولد أقول على شحم خليدو ها؟
Back and forth and just like on Corrode.
على شحم بس تابع استمتع.
Both teams looking very even, but as we saw in map 1.
يلا. يا رب تكمل 6-6.
And then he's going to go and join Camo on A.
يا رب تكمل.
Hits towards the top, that's 4 players.
And he's running back.
Yep, straight back again.
أنا ما زلت متخوف والله اني اقولها وانا صادق وما اقولها بس كذا عبث. صح الهاف قدمنا مستوى الماب ما باتاك، بس والله اني متخوف من تيم ليكويد، لانه تيم ما يعرف الاستسلام وتيم معروف بالكمباك مثل هيناردي. ما ابغى اهول، ان شاء الله البستل مهم جدا في ذا الهاف.
Start to bloom, blossom, and he's feeling the heat from that one. It's a dash forwards on top of it, just barely missing the mark. Hyunmin was eager to draw a little bit of blood. That's a plan down nice and early.
What's the plan? Go.
Be fast on the rotates.
This was part of the game plan actually for Team Liquid on Corrode, is that they ended up playing retake on a lot of the sites instead of trying to stop the execs. It did not work there.
Deep knife with a tag. Bit of information. Left worrying to a degree here, but a flash sent out. Flashback still. Sitting nice and pretty off onto the angle. That is a crazy adjustment. Just snap it to the side here. Camo and Trex combining their might off to the side. That's also just rapidly behind them. Flying up and over towards the top. Bane is going to deliver alongside Freeing.
واحد يلعب يا سلام
against that pressure. The might of these DRX players. Another pistol round going their way.
بستل جبنا البستل.
Last time these two teams played, DRX picked up both pistols on Abyss. And it was very important. It wasn't the exact reason why they ended up winning, but it certainly helped, and I'm sure it will again today. Team Liquid looked like they'd almost done enough as they got into position there, 3v2, trying to put the pressure down, but hit those ghost shots. Get themselves set up pretty.
Already seeing adjustments as well in the way that Team Liquid want to play. Dart, timings in through that smoke. Has to be an expectation they could pop out of it, and maybe even hearing these sound cues. Forwards is the play today. That is ridiculous stuff.
يدرونهم بيستكون ايه؟ قالوا بدل خليهم ننتحر يا اخي يفهم انهم بيستكون ايه؟ معروف الابيس ديفندر في البطوله اللي يلعبون ستاكي، اذا راحوا بي يطبون ينتحرون. قال تدري خلينا نلعب اوت اي
نلقطهم. Back to Corrode as well. This is the exact same idea that Team Liquid ran on Corrode. Their second round eco, they just decided to push out from A. I mean, it's like literally the same strat, just from one map to the next.
لا ما تابعتهم والله.
Very ready for it. The only rounds that Team Liquid were winning on Abyss.
اللهم لك الحمد يا اموري طيبه. انت كيف حالك؟
Liquid full pushed out one of the areas of the map. So DRX will be
الحين الباي راوند حق تيم ليكويد، ايش بيسوون وكيف بيجيبون الراوند؟
Set the sights on to mid. Smoke deep down. They know nobody's pushed up here. Just a lot of presence, pulling the attention of Nats. Deep delayed knife as well. That's 15 seconds in.
طيب بس اللعب مقري. بس كيف بتسوي ماكو؟ بتروح بيه عادي وانت عارف انهم
trips to play around. See if he can stop this exec.
Got a flash in his hands.
بيصير اكسكيوت قوي في البي. الله يستر يا رب.
Noise here by DRX.
يا رب انا اتمنى يفيكونها. لو فيكها ماكو يكون ذكي. معقوله سايفر ما اعطاه انفو انهم دربنا وسووا نايف.
Playing with a drone, no real tags, and just walking up steadily behind it. Chuck Dart making it feel like it could be that fake pressure and presence. Deep Dart that cuts up overhead again, and the
يروح تي بي فوق.
Smoke once more, double dash in from Hyunmin. That's a trip that's going to be dealt with in through the back. Kiko's going to try and hold his own, and up towards the top as well. That's that combined effort. High, low setup. Trying to just really be controlled with the shots.
جدي لا تلعب اللوب.
Quick enough, at least from flashback, freeing. We'll look to reclaim this gun.
30 seconds left.
Well, there's a pretty emphatic opener for Team Liquid that showcases they can stop at least some level of that.
ولا سلاح من عندهم إلا ناتس.
But one of the key differences, actually, flashback didn't commit that time. There was no deep TP flash kind of play.
Safe.
Often when we were watching the B exec come through on Abyss before for DRX, flashback would be going deep on the right side while Hyunmin dashed deep on the left.
ولا تقصد DRX.
This time, maybe it was because flashback had one of the only rifles. He just sat back.
نيفي.
Maybe I missed something. Maybe he got knifed or
وين يوروب؟ توقع يوروب بنسمع صح؟
It looked the same to me. Nevertheless, a good combo between Nats and Kiko. He dealt with Hyunmin. Hyunmin's normally been very good at avoiding danger.
Setting out at the back as well. Sidestep.
نافي! ايش جاب نيفي النافي؟
One enemy remaining.
Wow, it wasn't looking like this in prac, that's for sure.
Nervous chuckles from Team Liquid.
يلا بسم الله.
Yeah.
في تسمى انفي.
I wonder what Prac they're referring to there as well.
طيب.
I wonder if they've been playing any games with their.
بالله اسمح لي ركز.
Leon, I'm noticing. I mean, this was the same case as DRX's game, but Team Liquid conditioned to not use the knife at the beginning of the rounds for info. Paddy sends it now, though.
Hyunmin, if he plays for an ult orb, will have the Waylay ult up.
بس سايفر عنده كام لو خذيت الاورب انت.
Picked up.
It's the same idea again. They get camo on a really deep line.
Hello.
And then Kiko's anchoring with the trips.
Virgin path is going to be sent up towards Heaven to try and really delay and try and put a punish onto these players in through the back of the site. Kiko again has to anchor and lock it down. Nats is going to help him out from the side. Has some assistance as well. And with a flash trying to pop all the way out. It is being covered, cornered, and well, the dodge is juking. Flashback into the back in a 1v2. He's to try and spot these players out. He's magnetic right now. Time to jump. Could be poetry in motion. He's got that 1v1 locked down and he spots out Kama's position. ADS Stebno comes down to the reactions. Flashback. More than good for it. A Red Bull clutch.
What a beast. What an incredible player he has been today. It's not the quantity of kills, but the quality of them. When he's upping and out here, he's so precise with these shots. He knows that Camo is going to re-peek into him. ADS stop. Psychic damage done to Lohan.
Let's go.
A 2v1 and Kiko takes a bit of an ego duel, I suppose.
Shelby. Ibrahim. Ibrahim.
It's another very similar idea though. Yeah. You get Camo posted on a deep line over towards B with the initiator utility, and then you try to have Kiko and Nats anchor the other side of the map. This is the ante.
Not a smoker!
Kiko, he's activated, has no more smokes as well to make the play. Dimensional drift. Earns up, now being used, going to carve out a bit of a path. No real pushback. They're going to know that Heaven could be compromised. The flash is going to be used a bit delayed now, and that plan does need to be covered. Flashback forward here. It's a good crossfire setup from DRX.
They're always going to play disciplined post plants.
Yeah, embedding themselves really into the side to try and lock this one down. Taking that first point. It's a cage in your face though. That will disjointed. Flash forwards again. Now disengaging, rolling retreat style. Team Liquid just 3 players left. Considering what do we want to do? Make the play. Back up here. Trex is still forwards, but as he drops, I mean the rest of his team was saving in the midst of all of this. Yeah. Not too sure why he's trying to make the play happen. But
look at the post right? They've got smokes and a trip over towards Heaven. So it's going to be really difficult to play from Heaven and very difficult to drop into the site from there. With a flash, for example, from Paddy. And then towards the back of the site, Hyunmin's holding the angle up top. He's got people that can swing off him. And then even if you get through all of those layers on site, Bane is still sat there in main, ready to use a Sova ult and ready to double up with three look towards the spike. So many layers, looking so good in post-plant situations on both maps.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
This is a very drilled DRX.
Okay.
Scary looking.
Very scary.
Scary looking.
The theory, the execution of it, the player form, it's all
حتى لو هذه اصلا انا منتظر يا منستر ذا الكلام يجي. شفت المنستر كلامك هذا في ناس مثلك وانت يمكن اولهم. متى ديركس يا رجال بتنهزم ضد ليكويد مثلا اول ماتش فزنا يا رجال الجيم الجاي ما انت فايز وانهزمنا. قال شفت كذا تيمك زبال. بدأت البث اليوم يا رجال استعد للهزيمه يا رجال تيمك زبال. قل ان شاء الله وفزنا تأهنا يا رجال بلاي اوفس حدك بتنهزم من المباراة الاولى فزنا تأهنا يا رجال. ما في التكسكة موجودة الزقاقة موجودة خالصين منها. رفعت الضغط بتلحقني لو فين ما اروح. عارف معدن الشات الأصلي لأنهم يحبون الواحد يكون مبسوط. بس والله متعة انك تشجع تيم يكون مستواهم يعني ما ينافس.
And a kind of idea, I suppose, that they've got coming in with this composition.
نتكلم عن ليكويد التوب 1 في اوروبا. DRX التوب 4. يعني الرابع متأهل الرابع.
Put stress on their economy. Double Guardian and Kiko with a judge, just hoping that one of Hyunmin or Flashback lands in his lap for an easy kill. They'll be playing inside a smoke on the A site if they do go in that direction. It's the same setup again, except this time Camo's not on as deep of a line. Normally they've been trying to get him really deep and go for that early information, early contest before the exec.
اضطر انه يستعمل الدرون في المد بسبة السموك.
Yeah, reminder, he's got the I mean, both of the traps getting detected immediately by one drone is nightmare for Nats.
Okay, freeze.
Again, I really think
شكرا كان عسى الله يعطيك العافية. الله
miracle
أكبر.
kills with the judge, because
ذكروني
otherwise
بالصلاة ها.
DRX should be good for this. We've seen them so many times.
Has a smoke to play for the anchor, but he just uses it into the main choke point anyway. Pressing forwards anyway, trying to play into that default spot. Dodging, juking away from most of this one, but that TP from Mako is punished. Let's see if there's any sort of action on the other end of things. Firing blindly into the smokes on either side. This is carnage.
كيف صار 4v3؟ اوكي 3v3.
Play, but DRX looking to get a handle back onto it. Clean up the rounds as well as that smoke. The cages dissipate. A bit more controlled now from them, but coverage needs to be there. Hunter's Fury off to the side. Good connection onto Bane. He's just trying to dodge and hop around, but he is going to be falling prey. Freeing with the punish. Off to the side. Still left into that 2v2. Team looking to drop down. They drop down.
يا سلام عليك يا بطل يمن.
Yunmin will strike where it hurts. It's 11 rounds now for DRX. They're showing no signs of slowing down.
Anticipating DRX to be over towards A main. It's reasonable because every other post plan they've had some level of a safety net in that direction. But this time Freeing pushed up so much deeper than he has been before. Punish on the Panic, punish on the Trex.
جاب راوند البطل.
He and Hyunmin in the perfect spot. Lohan not happy again. He can feel the game slipping away from them.
It will be bitter for Team Liquid. This entire year, man.
Barely scrapping together a buy again with Camo picking up the knives. But if Camo goes for something aggro over towards A, maybe they could get it done.
Just trying to save them.
I have the spike. It's the exact same setup again, by the way. They've just swapped the sites, but you know, Camo playing with the double initiator and then Kiko and Nats on the other side. DRX have been going into Kiko and Nats. They've been trying to face check the Omen and the Cypher.
Just had a range there, the knife, I believe.
They're doing it again.
Yeah, they certainly are. Heart breaks for Team Liquid in a spot like this. Flash and a repeat. Updraft has to be given in so you don't get sent flying off the map.
They need to start rotating earlier. They know that these execs are coming through at about the 50-second mark.
It's on Kiko. It's on Nats. Chuck down steep. Doesn't remove the trip on the one side. Worry with the paranoia. Looking for C. There's that
بعدين يسوون فريز بعد اليوتل عشان الكيجات تروح بعدين.
Try and hide that one, but sliders the Bangles. That is just impeccable stuff. Smoked off. It doesn't matter. Flashback was anticipating it. The communication crystal clear.
A pump fake though. Not a full commitment on this one.
30 seconds left.
Yeah, I'm going to be having to commit into this one now with a flash. Kiko's forwards. Has to be a playmaker. Has to do it now. But again, he can't claim that second. Mako's quick with the trade. Finger on the trigger. ADS up as well. Trex can't quite find it. The knives in the hands of Camo. It's what is going to have to be getting done. Spike in the hands of Mako. Defense in order. There's a timing to be taken, but Flashback is covering it. Coming from the side. It's all falling to pieces for Team Liquid. Paddy is the one
last round to pick it all up.
See if he can make anything of the mess of this round. But it's looking like an inevitable 12 for DRX.
بتتك هذا إن شاء الله ما يسويها. إن شاء الله ما يسويها. أهم شيء اللي بيكون يألف لي.
Popped up in front of them. Paddy just trying to cut away all noise, but now he reveals his position and already spammed down, sprayed down. 12 rounds now for DRX and for Team Liquid. It's looking like it will be that bitter repeat of every other international event that they've attended so far this year.
They've never been able to escape groups. So often we've seen them lose an opening game, win one, look like they might be back in form, and they crumble at the end, but one round away now from EMEA's #1 seed being sent home, and DRX have just come out with outrageously good form. Great discipline, good patience as well on these sight hits. A 4-player stack and a push from Liquid.
Yeah, really catching lightning in a bottle with the way that they're playing. Youngmin can't be stopped! Convergent pass will be the cherry on top. And there is no running, there is no hiding. Trex forced to cower, but you cannot deny it. DRX are so damn back!
حبيبي!
That is a ridiculous, decisive...
كل حاقد وكل واحد تكسك علي في الشات اليوم بداية البث وأمس وقبله. معليش على الكلمة ذي بس القم على جبهتك انت وياه واحد واحد. ايوه تأهلنا. شوف الاتيام اللي طلعت. ويعرف قيمة DRX وبالسيفيك ريجن يا قلبي. ايوه. Let's go. طبعا المحايد واللي يشجع واللي يستمتع ما يحتاج، بس انا اقصد اللي تكسكوا يمين بالله انكم حريتوني يا شيخ حر. ما اصلا يا رجال طلعوا من البث من الغبنه مقهور، كيف تكسك عليه ذا الحين ابو خالد مبسوط؟ ما يتاهلون جروب ستيج الاتيام الرجال اللي تأدي. ايوه معليش والله اني عارف اساميكم. تعال وينك؟ وين رحتوا؟ ولا ما عاد عندك ذا الحين؟ ها شفت اللي تكسك ويسبق؟ خلي عندك روح رياضيه يا ابن الحلال. ايش قومك انت؟ بروح الحين بصلي. كان ودي لكود بس الله يبارك فيك يا احمد، والله العظيم انا حتى كان ودي لكود، بس القهر ان احنا في مجموعه واحده. والله يسعده. ايش اسمه؟ فاين. الله يعطيك العافيه على 20 جفتد. الله يسعدك فاين اند كو، شكرا لك. حتى بالتكسكة محترم، مبروك الله يبارك فيك، وشكرا لك على 20 جفتد. الحمد لله تأهلنا من ال8 اللي بيلعبون جروب ستيج. خلاص احنا الحين نعتبر من التوب 8. هذا مستوى DRX. يتأهل ايوه. DRX ما يطلع من الجروب ستيج، يروح بلاي اوفس يطلع هناك. احنا نطلع هناك الحين ماكو بس. يا عيال بالله انصفوا البلاي اللي سواه ماكو. هذا اللي طيحني برول السموك، هذا افضل لاعب عندي في فالورانت. ايوه ابراهيم مسامحك، لا تحلق شنبك. لا مسامحه سلامات. يحرق شنبه عشان تحدي، لا ننزق في كبده. ذا الحين كل ما يجي البث ننزق في كبده. يا اخي التحدي بيني وبينه وانا سامحته. خلاص لا تحلق الشنب، خله موجود. لا في جمهور انا مسامحه يا اخي بكيفي. بعض الناس طلعوا برا البطوله. دقيقه والله ما اخليها في خاطري. والله اني من سنين ما اني انتظرها. دقيقه لا اله الا الله، لا اله الا الله. راح بيتكم بس يا لا شماتة. اقسم بالله يا ولد الناس تروح تلعب التوب 8 ورجال يلعبون في التوب 8 وفي البلاي اوف تأهلوا. الطحن هناك وجينا من XLG الرابع في تشاينا. ما اقول لك انه سنتينل زبالين، الا زبالين بس اقصد كويس فيهم جون كيو. دام معك زلسز وذاك نريت ما انت فايز، خل سنتينل يقعد. يلا معليش انا ليش دا، بس انا اقول لك يعني شوف بيلي ما عليه هارد لك، روح رياضيه. EDG هارد لك. هذه بكره والله لو XLG يطلع جاينت اني بفطس ضحك.